What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film that, for me, I feel like really just came out of nowhere. Like, I really don't remember anything as far as it being in production, as far as them making a sequel. I know there was talks a long time ago they're making a sequel, and then that had been scratched and other things, but like, it really just popped out of nowhere for me. But nonetheless, it's coming to Amazon Prime Video this Friday, October 23rd. And this is Borat's subsequent movie film, and a whole bunch of words afterwards, but nonetheless Borat 2. And so now it's been about 14 years since the first Borat, and like a lot has changed, both me personally, both probably you, and nonetheless America and media. Everything's just really changed. And what I'm basically trying to say is, me and what I liked 14 years ago as far as comedy, as far as my appreciation for films, all that's changed. What I found funny, that's changed. And then when you think about media, you know, the stuff that was on TV, shows like Jackass and, you know, other things that followed within that genre of comedy and reality TV, all that's changed. America has kind of grown away from that. And when Borat came out 14 years ago, it had its own, it had a really unique tone, where it followed the stuff as far as with Jackass, with doing pranks and stunts and all that good stuff. But then it tackled like American culture, and it really revealed things that was kind of like mind blowing. You know, it was like, wow, I didn't know. And it had a huge shock factor to it. But like, things have changed. So much information is readily available now, and everything is just put out there instantly. So like that wow factor that what Borat 1 did doesn't really have the same playing field coming back into it 14 years later and now. So like, you really got to put that into perspective. And then much like for myself, like, I just really matured about the things I found funny. Beyond like the shock factor here, the things I found funny back then, I just don't. And if you still like these type of things, that's perfectly fine. But like, I need like a little bit more substance in my pranks. You know, I'm not overly like mind blown over just seeing pranks and all that stuff. I mean, you can get a good prank on Instagram, TikTok, and all that other stuff all day, every day now, you know? So like, that really, that uniqueness is just not there anymore with it. But nonetheless, here we are, again, coming out October 23rd, and this time, you know, he returns back to America with his daughter, and they're tackling the new things that's happening in America. COVID-19, well, that's all over the world, obviously, but yeah, within America, the 2020 presidential election, and just other things that's happening in American culture. So, you know, much like the tone of the first one, you're kind of doubling down on that, and you're seeing them, you know, really focus on these serious things, but adding a comedic factor to it. But at the same time, still identifying that these things are important, and you know, and tries to tell like the bottom line message out of it. You know, 2020 election, it easily, by the end of all the pranks, they want the clear message is to vote. The pandemic, you know, they made all the funs and everything about it, but the clear message is about wearing your mask and social distancing. So it does a really good job as far as with that. But then like, some of the pranks and some of the scenes that happen in these, like, it got to be really, really goodly edited. Because there's a couple of scenes I'm kind of like, I really am not sure if that really happened or not. Like, a lot of me thinks like, wow, if that's real, like, wow. But then if it's not, it's like, wow, that's some really good editing. So there's some crazy things that does happen that you will see in this film, as you would expect. It's also good, you know, for me personally, to see my hometown, where I went to high school and where I currently live at, to see scenes of my hometown within the movie. It's always a really exciting thing. But nonetheless, I mean, with this movie being back again, it follows suit from the first one. If you like the first one, you won't have a problem watching this. If you still appreciate that style of comedy with, you know, with pranks and just really ludicrous and bonkers things happening, then yes, this is right for you. And for the ones who's not, you know, I think that you will watch it and you will find things that are funny to you. You find things that probably aren't. You probably turn your head away. There's a couple of things that are just completely like, okay. like so ridiculous that you wouldn't even believe that they would go there. But you know, I think nonetheless, because it's an easy film to watch. Nonetheless, it doesn't try to do too much. It knows exactly what its niche is, and with that, you know, it's perfectly fine. Like it never tries to see anything outside of what the first one did. But again, with the first one, it just had that big shock factor to it because of, you know, the story and the revealing of things that wasn't so readily available as it is now in society. So that's really like the really big differences between the two. But you know, considering that now he's with his daughter here, the dynamic between the two of them just takes everything to the next level. So, but I would suggest it's coming to Amazon Prime Video. So if you ever a Prime subscriber, like, you get it, you definitely should check it out. You know, let me know what you think about it, because there's going to be certain scenes in this that definitely will be controversial, as you would expect, and will have people talking that will end up becoming a meme or a GIF or something at some point. But at the same time too, like, this wasn't that culturally shocking movie that just like tipped the curve like it did before. Like, this one's just a movie that it will come and then it will eventually go. But you know, the first one is so iconic because of just the things that it revealed and because of just the limits it pushed. So, you know, and you can expect that with sequels. You know, sometimes sequels do have the harder mountain to climb because of how good the first one was, or just because of the factor of what the first one did. So anyway, check it out. Borat 2, Borat subsequent movie film with a whole bunch of other words, come out October 23rd on Amazon Prime. Check it out, folks. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching my review, and I'll see you all very soon.